witchlings! Welcome back to my channel. It's me, Chaotic Witch Aunt. Today we are going to be doing a spell walkthrough, which I'm super excited for. I have all my materials here and I'm going to walk you through all of them. Some of them are, my personal practice choice. Some are not necessary, some are. But I do want to say that I am admiring this tiny little bottle of salt that I got in a promo package. So cute. So just to start off, we have some pretty basic things here. We have a fireproof plate. This one is pretty. Yours doesn't have to be that big. It can be like smaller, it can be bigger. Usually I just use small ones, but I want a lot of room for herbs for this spell. So apart from that, all you really need is a fireproof plate, a white or black candle. I like to use white pillar candles because this is going to be a protection spell that is for your home and is continuous. So the goal is you can set this down, light it a little bit each day, and it will continue to fuel a ward connecting your home. The other thing you need is something to carve this candle with because we're primarily going to be using sigils. My favorite things to carve with is a porcupine quill or a coffin nail, depending on your mood. Either or works. If you don't have a coffin nail or a porcupine quill, you know what else works? A pen. Just something sharp. Make sure you're careful as you're carving. You can hear my dogs. A few other things that I have with me that are optional. I have... Hey! Dixie! Anyways, I have some anointing oil. This is Row oil. It's from Hexlet. I recently did a promo post for them on Instagram. This is protective. I also have Rue cologne. Rue is a very big herbal ally of mine. You can use either of these or a completely different object to anoint this with. And then I have some choice herbs. These are very specific to my practice, so whatever protective herbs you want, you can use. This is hand-dried rosemary that I have collected. Oh, it smells so good. Hand-dried rosemary. We have some rue, also known as ruta, same thing as this cologne. This is mostly sticks. I like fishing out the leaves. And then we have some salt. This just looks like very basic white salt. Doesn't really matter. I'm a big fan of salt no matter what. So these are the materials that we have. As I mentioned, this is a house protection spell. It doesn't have to be with a big pillar candle. You can change it so it's a protection spell for yourself. For me, I already have a setup down in my room with a white candle as a protection spell. I'm just going to be mimicking kind of what I do to show you. This is a candle that I got from the thrift store. I already cleansed it. It was $2 for this big ass candle. So it's a little burn on the top, which is fine. I don't mind. So basically, the goal is to create a protection spell that you can light a little bit each day, and it'll continue to work and protect the home. Some people burn white candles all the time. You can also use a 7-day candle, or if you want a smaller spell, you can do a little taper candle. I was gonna do this demonstration with a taper candle, and then I realized it doesn't stand up by itself, which me too. I need support. But yeah, so basically these two carving tools have two different associations. Porcupine quills are usually protective, so I typically use these in protection spells, and coffin nails can also be protective but also baneful. So depending on your intention, you're going to want to use different carving tools in the same way that depending on the intention for the spell, you're going to want to use different herbs. So just starting off, make sure your candle is nice and cleansed. So cleanse the candle. I will show a demonstration of what I do during that. Rue cologne is very stinky, very banishing. You're just gonna swipe this bitch away. Gonna do one more. The reason rue is so stinky is because it's a very strong banishing herb. If you spirits don't like I did a video with Olivia where we also smacked it. I don't usually smack it. You can sound cleanse it, smoke cleanse it. I don't have any things to smoke here. So from there, what you're going to do is you're going to start by carving your intentions. I like to use sigils. A very typical one that I use is just a very baseline protection sigil. I'll just show you what it looks like. We're using a porcupine quill for this sigil. I'll take some B-roll of it so you can see what it looks like. So start off with your protection sigil. I typically do a lot heavier work on the sigils because the sigils are what are burning down, and it fuels the sigils, and those sigils fuel my warts. So I have a whole setup where if you want me to, I can go in depth with how I use sigils in my practice because I've know I've done some sigil videos before. So I don't know if you can see, there's a tiny little sigil on here. So you're gonna start with whatever sigils you want. You can also do like chants, incantations. You can write out your intention for this candle, be like, this candle protects my home. From there, you are gonna take your little rue oil, you're going to anoint it. The way you anoint a pillar candle is usually you drop it and you roll it. And so what I mean by that is, beep, I got some rue oil on the candle, and because this is a protection candle, I'm gonna roll it away from me. You have an anointed candle. My hand is oily. I need a paper towel. Hold on. Hold. I forgot that rubbing oil means it gets on you. So, you have an anointed candle. What now? There are three ways to get herbs, all right, on this candle, okay? If you're using a very large fireproof plate, you can put the herbs around on the bottom. There's also a little indent up here of where this candle was burned. So what you can do is you can light it, let the wax collect, and then drop the herbs in. You can also roll it in herbs. You would crush them with a mortar and pestle and just like roll them around in it. Or you can just drop these babies right on the top. So what that would look like is just like a boop, 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 boop. That's a lot of salt. And now we have some herbs on the top. Actually, right now it's just salt. So let's talk about the herbs we use and why they're important. Ah, there's a bee! Okay, bye! So the herbs that I chose have very strong protective and banishing properties and are very important to my practice. Salt is a purifier that I use almost consistently. Rue is a ancestral ally herb, same with rosemary. When we're crafting a spell, the main or the very important part of it is that it feels right to you. So I wouldn't recommend, taking a herb that is typically used in luck spells and using it for a protection candle. However, it's up to you. So my herbs are always chosen based off of my association as well as the worldly association and my relationship with them. I know that I have a very good relationship with rosemary. I know I can count on her. I know she'll help me protect the home. I know I have a really good connection with rue. That is a whole, what is that? Hello? Is that a woodpecker? It's got a big old beak. Then we got another bird yelling. I genuinely don't know the call of that bird, so please let me know if you know. Anyways, I know I have a good relationship with rue. I know she will help me protect the home. Other herbs that I typically use for protective things are bay leaves, another ancestral herb ally of mine. Along with bay leaves, I really enjoy basil. I will typically use herbs as well associated with my deities. So for Diana, that's usually mugwort, and for Hades, that is usually basil, pomegranate, Persephone's herbs, that kind of stuff. But yeah, you don't have to use a white candle, you can use a black candle. There are lots of ways for you to take this spell and change it in the way you like. You can substitute herbs, you can substitute what you're carving with, you can substitute the anointing oil, the color of the candle, the size of the candle. But yeah, I just wanted to share a little something, a little walkthrough for you guys, because I feel like I haven't done any. And apart from that, yeah, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. If you have any questions, etc., leave them down in the comments below. Feel free to like, subscribe, turn the bell on, but no pressure. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Remember to drink water. Sa benedica.